Hey there folks, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. What a mess it has been for the beginning of this trip. Susie and I got to where we're at, checked the radar, and rain is on the way. You can actually see it in the mountains here. So we have been just hustling to get to the top of this mountain. We have to follow a road, there is no trail. Gosh, I don't know. It's impossible to tell what is going to happen. I mean, those mountains look grayed out like it's raining.
We are in a very humid weather pattern. So what that means every day is that it's extremely hot, it's humid, it's muggy, and all day long we have little rain showers popping up. This has been going on for the past week now. So for planning backpacking and camping, it's very hard to work around. But today we are out and we are going to hammock hang in the woods and get a little trip in.
Wow, everyone. It has been a long time since we've been here. Or at least I've been here. Susie, have you ever been here before?
I have not camped here before. I believe it's only you that's camped here. It feels so good up here. I cannot believe how chilly it is. And I hate saying that because all day I've been hot and sweaty, and coming to the mountaintops is the only way to escape the heat.
At the lower elevations, almost 80 degrees, like where we live. Up here, close to, I think it's like 5,500 feet, something like that. It's about 65 degrees. The humidity is not as bad. It's breezy. It feels amazing. And this place is really, really cool. Do you all remember this spot? Some years back, I came up here for a military surplus adventure. That was awesome. And if memory serves me correct, it was super hot that day for that trip. So this is quite different. It's so windy, which is perfect for a hammock hang. Luckily, we have plenty of insulation layers. We're set for this trip. So first things first, we are going to set up our shelters, our hammocks. I'm keeping an eye on the mountains here. Yeah, I think moisture is on the way. I cannot believe it is the middle of summer and I'm putting on a sweater. That's awesome. For this trip, I'm using a hammock system from OneTigris. A friend of mine, Michael, he sent this in so I could test it out. Buddy, I appreciate you, big time. I did not know that OneTigris even had hammocks. Apparently they do. Maybe they have for a long time. I have no idea. So yeah, I have the hammock, I have the tarp, and also the underquilt. All thanks to Michael. Thanks, brother.
For this trip, I brought along the Go Outfitters 2.0 hammock. I only hammock camp maybe one time a year. Hammock camping is great when it's really hot and muggy, but otherwise I'm not really a big fan of it.
The truth is, folks, neither am I. I like it, it's okay. I'd rather have a tent. I'd rather sleep on the ground. I could go lighter weight every single time with a tent, a sleeping pad, and a sleeping bag. Every single time. Every ounce counts. That's the way that I see it anyways.
While I was packing up my bag yesterday for this trip, I'm grabbing the hammock. You have an underquilt. You have the tarp. There's so many components to a hanging. There's so many components to hammock camping. And so I have to agree with Luke. I can go much lighter weight by just using a tent.
So everyone, here is the OneTigris hammock. Let's check this out. I like the form factor. So we have some hammock straps, we have the hammock itself, and we also have a hang bag. So these straps are interesting. You can see all of the loops, the daisy chain. You connect the carabiners to those. This is where I'm at. The hammock is up, as you all could see, and it is raining. It's very light. It's not coming through the trees yet, but it is raining. So everyone, the hammock is set up, the rain stopped, everything is looking good, at least for the moment. The setup of the hammock was pretty easy, especially with both of us. Hi, Susie.
Hi.
So now it's time to set up her sleep system. And we are going to do that between that tree and that tree.
We finally got both of our hammocks set up and both of the tarps. That is one of the cons about hammock camping, is that you don't know how you can set it up unless you're familiar with the area that you're going to and unless you've done it before. We have an obstacle course that we've created with all of the string and tarps and cables, and it's just a mess. But we did the best that we could with the setup, with where we are, and it works. But I think we've been working on this for the past hour or so, and it would be way faster to pop up a tent. Everything would have been set up by now. It would have been really fast compared to setting up our hammocks.
Susie makes a great point about hammocks. It takes a while to set them up because oftentimes it's like solving a puzzle. You have to figure it out. With the hammock world, there is no such thing as a quick setup. It's funny, like over the years, hammock camping used to be popular. It's not as popular as it used to be. I hear from more people getting away from hammocks now than ever before. Most people want a tent, plain and simple. And that's because it's just simply less work, less weight. So you all saw Susie put that pad in there. That is from Hennessy, and that is one of their solar reflective pads. I am a fan of Hennessy hammocks. That's what I personally use. That pad works great, and it's good for like down to about 40 degrees, something like that. For Susie, she has her underquilt and that pad because it's going to be about 50 degrees tonight, and it's also going to be windy.
As you can see, it's a lot of work. It's not as easy as just throwing up that hammock and sleeping in it and lounging in it. So I say hammocks are great for lounging around camp. It's a little bit more of a work if you're gonna sleep in one, and you have to take that into consideration. At night, the temperatures cool down. You're gonna have the air going under you, so that's why the underquilt, the sleeping pad, and this quilt is all important for my sleep system tonight.
The majority of hammock hangers will need an underquilt and an overquilt with temperatures below 70 degrees. So yeah, 50 degrees tonight, it's gonna be chilly. I'm hoping that the wind dies down. I hope so. Susie and I both are using landing pads to protect our gear. When you have a hammock, you have your gear that you have to keep dry. This is a pretty cool product from Go Outfitters. Susie, yes, all set up, ready to make lunch. It is incredibly windy. I have another tarp with me, but there's no good way to set it up to make a wind block. The trees just aren't right. There's cords everywhere. So it's kind of a mess.
Yes, mess is the way to describe it. We have a huge mess in this campsite.
You called it an obstacle course. That's what it is. It's like you dodge, you go under, you know, that's how it works. It's pretty funny.
So which one of us will trip the first?
Probably me.
Later tonight, one of us will trip and...
Yeah. I am starving. What about you, Susie?
All I care about is coffee.
Oh.
Forget the food, just give me coffee.
I want protein, man. Protein. Susie, why don't you pick out lunch and coffee? I'll get the stove ready.
Okay, for lunch, what is kebab stew?
I have no idea.
Is that chicken?
I don't know.
What's a kebab?
Chicken kebab, beef
chicken
kebab. It could be anything, I guess.
Oh, it could be.
That is a real termite meal, so it is guaranteed to be awesome.
Okay, it says the kebab meat is chicken, so we're gonna have kebab stew.
Okay.
And just massive amounts of coffee. That's what matters.
It sounds great. As you all can see, we have our chairs. As I get older, I like having a chair with me. I need to find one that's lighter weight than these two, but My knees are thankful for a good chair out on the trail.
I agree. You have to pick and choose what you want to carry and your weight, and sometimes that's why it's worth it to have that ultralight tent and ultralight setup, so then you can bring along your chair and it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
If all of your gear is heavy, then you're most likely to not want to bring the little luxury items.
It's true. Let's make it a double, Susie. Ultra nasty.
Taster's nasty. You don't think you have like enough hair like all over you?
What does Taster's Nasty do? It puts hair all over the place. It really does. That's why she doesn't drink it. Let's upgrade the flavor, babe. Taster's Nasty. It's the upgrade.
You just took a really good coffee and then just downgraded it.
What? Does that look like a downgrade to you all? Heck no. That's an upgrade. That looks pretty weak. Are you sure you don't want an upgrade?
I'm gonna have multiple cups instead of like one
Nasty cup?
nasty upgrade. I have a hard time saying nasty upgrade together.
Which one do you all want? The upgrade or the watered down? Ugh. I'm going for the upgrade, folks. Cheers, my friends. Cheers. Susie, cheers.
Cheers.
It's time for an upgrade.
Cheers.
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 Downgrade, upgrade.
I'm a downgrade.
The coffee.
Oh.
Susie is definitely the upgrade to the channel.
Mine's delicious.
It's just the way I like it. This, terrible. And that makes me enjoy everything else so much more.
Is that how that works?
Does that make sense?
I don't think it works like that.
Maybe it doesn't.
I thought I heard a raindrop.
Yeah, it is kind of spitting some rain.
Yeah.
It is. I'm gonna go look around.
Luke ran off to check out the clouds and see what kind of weather might be moving in. Where we are, it's pretty wooded, so we don't have a great view unless you kind of step out. So we will see what he finds when he comes back. In the meantime, I'm gonna drink my coffee and have a little chat with you all. One of the most common questions that we get is people want to know about our kids. And if you are new to the channel, you may be surprised to find out that Luke and I have already raised our kids. We had kids when we were young and they are now adults. Our son Lucas is 18 and our daughter Madison is 20. She currently serves in the US Navy and she is doing great, and she does not live in North Carolina. As you can imagine, with her being in the military, she is stationed all around the world. As for our son Lucas, he's 18, like I mentioned. He does still live at home with us, but he's very independent. He has his own life, his own schedule. He works, he takes some classes at our local community college, and he has his own life, and he's rarely home. We have to really plan to spend time with him as well, and that's what it's supposed to be. You know, when you're a young adult, you are starting your life and you are trying to figure out what you want to do, and that's what he's doing. Okay, let's try this.
All right. Temperature-wise, I would say that the temperature has been dropping for the last hour.
I've actually gotten cold on this trip, and I really hate to say that. This is really good here.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah,
I'm not good.
that is phenomenal.
Kebab stew wins.
Thank you, Realtor Matt. Also, thank you to the viewer who sent this in. We really appreciate it. As you all know or may know, we are no longer doing viewer mail. So if you want to send us something, you can. It may show up in a video, just like that whole hammock system. All right, we're done talking. We're going to eat. Talk to you soon, folks. This is so good.
The plan right now is to build a new fire pit. Obviously, this one is right underneath my tarp and we won't be able to use it. We're gonna go search for some new rocks and build a brand new one.
Folks, it is drizzling again. It's getting rather dark. What is going to happen? I have no idea.
All day long today we have been fighting the rain and it just teases us every second. So what we had to do was we raced up the mountain because we thought rain was coming and we could actually see it off in the distance. And it turned out nothing major has happened yet. Now it's drizzling again, and so we're sitting here wondering, is it going to start pouring? Can we start our fire? If we don't do it now, will we be able to have it later? It's just, sometimes it's frustrating, but it's part of the adventure, and now it feels like it's stopping again, so who knows? This is one of those trips where we're constantly saying like, what should we do next?
My phone just went off. It says that moderate rain is on the way, and it is.
With us being sheltered, it's not as heavy right now.
It's delayed.
It is delayed. The bad thing about that is if this is a heavy, heavy downpour, what's going to happen for the rest of the evening is it's going to drip rain on us anytime.
Are you having fun, Susie?
I am having fun.
This is awesome, isn't it?
It is awesome.
Like you don't know what's going to happen. It's a mystery.
It's so cold right now, though.
Yeah, it is.
I can't believe it.
What do you think? High 50s?
It's gotta be in the 50s.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's like dark almost.
The camera likes to make it lighter than it really is. Let me show you all what it's really like. That is what it's like up here, for real. It's dark, isn't it, Susie?
It is dark.
5 o'clock, and it's like 8:30.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Feels like I should be getting ready for bed or something.
Yeah. It's funny, it rained hard for about 15 minutes there, but inside of the forest here, under this canopy, it's not been bad, right? The thing is, like Susie mentioned, it will drip for like the next 2 hours. That's funny. Wow, what a difference. I mean, it went from just being like overcast, sunny, beautiful, to this. Very dark, foggy, rainy. I love it. I love it. I love the weather. The fact that it changes so quickly. You really can't predict what is going to happen.
Not on mountaintops. It changes within minutes.
Yep.
And it's always different.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
I do. I love that.
Yeah.
So far with the OneTigris tarp, it has not leaked, but it really hasn't rained all that hard. I have to say I am nervous about this. When it comes to waterproof products, unfortunately, OneTigris does not have a good reputation. The simple fact is, most of their products leak. It is what it is. With this tarp here, it is seam sealed, thankfully. And I say thankfully because you can see holes in the material. You can see light coming through. Like where the stitching's been done, the needle's gone through, ever so often, there is a pretty good sized hole. Susie and I have been spending some time hanging out underneath the tarps. Still dripping, basically just falling from the trees. Very foggy, very windy at the same time. There's quite a bit of moisture just flying through the air, so I went ahead and I shut up Susie's tarp. Basically, I made a door. This is an old trick with a hammock. I'm sure you all have done this before, but this works well for limiting the amount of air and moisture that can come into a tent from that front opening, or from an opening. Now we're pretty much just kicking back, waiting to see what happens next. We're hoping for a good sunset, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Are you cold, Susie?
It's a little chilly.
Yes, it is. What do you got there?
I grabbed the Snug Pack Jungle blanket. It's actually the blanket that Luke will be using in his hammock later on tonight. But yeah, just hanging out, enjoying everything, and hey, life is good. I mean, life doesn't get much better than this right here.
That's true. It's cold enough to see your breath. That's insane, Susie. It's July. I need to say that one more time. It's July.
I know.
Hey, I got a fire going, babe. Come on over.
It's not much of a fire yet, but hey, it's warm.
It is warm. It's building.
It's dinner time, everyone. Susie, what are we having? You get to pick.
I think we have one option.
Oh. Unless you want breakfast for dinner.
Oh.
And dinner for breakfast, so.
You know, I thought about that, but dinner for breakfast stopped me.
Yeah.
I would totally do breakfast for dinner. Don't have an issue with that. But dinner for breakfast? No, I'm not that type of person.
Yeah, it would be a little bit weird.
So we are having Chipotle beef burrito bowl with corn and cilantro lime rice, and this is from Pinnacle Foods.
Sounds good. The whole day really has felt like jumbled up because of the rain. It's been one of those things like you don't know if it's going to be heavy, if it's going to be light, if it's going to be long duration or stop. You just don't know. So it's like, here it comes, I have to pack up. Oh, it stopped. I mean, it's just been a jumbled mess. So the hours have flown by.
Yes, maybe that's just a good way to sum up how life has been for like the past year and a half. It's just been so jumbled up, which makes it go by so fast.
Yeah.
I was thinking with your uncle passing away and everything that we had to do. We say it probably in almost every video that we film. Life is short, time is short.
It's true.
Go out there and do what you want to, and do it when you can do it. The fact is, it's always going to be busy. Time is flying by. Do what you want to do.
All right, so dinner, Susie,
Ready?
rock and roll. Smells good.
If we have another one of these, we
Dang.
need to bring chips next time. That would be so good, crumbled up in the bag.
The thing about this company, all of the ingredients are huge. I just took a bite of beef and it was like eating a meatball. My entire mouth is full of beef.
That's what I was thinking about earlier. On one trip, we ate one of these meals and you were like, the broccoli is huge. And I'm like, I don't think it's broccoli.
It was so big, I thought it was a broccoli stump.
It was asparagus. I think the vegetables in these meals tend to be really chunky. Not a bad thing, but just very large and surprising in your mouth.
With most freeze-dried meals, it's like shredded up goop. Who knows what you're eating? Not here. Yeah, this is really good. Like, this is good enough to like buy and then eat at home. Like, it is freaking awesome.
Throw that on some chips.
Yeah.
Cover it with cheese.
Some sour cream salsa.
Why do we even cook? We can just put water in a bag.
Yeah, why?
Why?
Well, folks, as you can see, we're back in the clouds. The fog's rolled in. It's getting late. It's pretty funny. Right at the last second, it was looking like a beautiful sunset was going to take place. It changed. I mean, it was just like that. That's great. Up in the clouds, my friends, up in the clouds. It's beautiful. In its own way, it is gorgeous. It's almost dark. Susie's in her hammock. I just came out to take one more look.
I am in my hammock and going to drift off for the night. Today has been so much fun. It's a very low-key adventure, and sometimes those are really needed, and I've enjoyed myself tremendously. I'm hoping I sleep well. I don't mind if the storms move in and it rains all night. I think I will sleep good, and hopefully I won't get too cold. I don't think I will, but we'll see. So, good night, and I will see everybody in the morning.
Good night, Susie.
Good night.
Well, everyone, I'm inside of my hammock, ready to call it a night. Susie just checked on her phone, and storms and rain are right around the corner. So, it should be an interesting night, unless it dies off. We shall see. Very comfortable inside of the hammock, not cold at all. But yeah, it's been a good day. It really has been. So yeah, I'm gonna kick back, I'm gonna read some, and we'll see what the weather has in store for us for tonight. We'll see what happens. So good night, everybody. Good night. Good morning, everybody. It's about 6 a.m. and it has been a good night. As you all can hear, it is raining just a little bit, and it has been off and on basically all night long. It's getting light out. It's super foggy. We're up here in the clouds, and possibly rain is on the way. I just checked the radar, and moisture is definitely headed this direction, so more moisture, I guess. I'm sure you all can see it floating around, but it's almost time to get up and start moving. Cheers, my friends, cheers. It is coffee time. I simply cannot sleep any longer. Let's try the coffee. Very strong, very good. I don't know if I talked about this yesterday or not, but down about midway on this mountain, there's a lower lot, and there's a bunch of trails that go all over the place. So we had plans to hop on a trail, do some hiking, and go to this awesome campsite. We started hiking, got to the campsite, and somebody had already taken it. So we decided to come up here. So we just decided to hike the road since we were already so far off. So that's when we saw the rain. We booked it, set up, and all that stuff. Late yesterday afternoon, I hiked down, got the truck, brought it up here so it's not far off. But yesterday, I was heading to the truck to get something, and I ran into a viewer. So there's a viewer in the parking lot in a cool Bronco, and he's camping out right now. So as I'm moving around, I'm trying not to wake him up, or Susie. His name is Wayne. He's a cool guy. It's nice to meet you, buddy. It's funny, Wayne reminds me a lot of my uncle. So yeah, it was nice to meet you, man, for multiple reasons. Cheers to Wayne. Cheers to the crow. Cheers to you all. See, everyone, that's what happens when you drink a Taster's Nasty. You can't sleep. You have energy for days. Hair grows everywhere, man or woman. Susie didn't have the upgrade blend. Look at her, sleeping. No good.
Hi, Susie.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
I slept actually really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Looks foggy.
Yeah, it's foggy, wet. I think rain's on the way.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I would say I slept good. I did not get cold.
Good.
So everything we brought was enough for me and worked.
Right. Do you feel like you could have gone with less, or like you needed everything?
No, I needed everything.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I had it. I don't think I would have wanted less.
That is exactly how I feel with the system that I brought. I slept great, nice, comfortable, but I needed every single component. It's so windy. Temperature about 57 degrees. Windy, 20 miles an hour.
Would you like some coffee?
Yeah, I do.
All right, well, you get ready. I'll fire up the stove for you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here comes some coffee.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Top of the morning. I don't know how you can drink it like that. That was boiling.
I just have like a tongue of steel.
Breakfast is going, or rehydrating, I guess. Let's check on the weather here. According to the weather app, it shows a line of rain and storms heading this way and also forming around us right now. So it really could start raining at any minute. I was thinking about just packing up and getting out of here as fast as possible, but I don't know. Biscuits and gravy, that sounds pretty good. So yeah, I think that's the plan. Biscuits, gravy, we'll finish up our coffee, then we'll pack up and get out of here. And by then it probably will be raining. So yeah, that's all right. That makes for an exciting morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm about to have some breakfast, and I have to tell you all that I think Luke might be onto something with his upgraded blend of coffee. I'm just over there in my hammock trying to sleep, and I hear him talking, I hear him moving. He came over to my hammock, he had made me coffee, but he was just talking so fast, like, we should go, what do you want to do? Here's your coffee, do you want some breakfast? Do you think we should leave? It was so funny. Obviously, the coffee works. Maybe I should think about upgrading mine, but I'm still just so hesitant to do that.
Hello, friend. Hi, everybody. So, breakfast done. More coffee on the way. I'll be right back.
It's impressive. Super impressive. Luke is finishing up and he will be over here in a minute. We have jalapeno, cheddar biscuits, and herb sausage gravy. Smells good.
That is awesome.
It is awesome.
That really makes Mountain House biscuits and gravy fail in comparison.
Yeah, the biggest difference I noticed right away is that you can actually see just chunks of biscuits, like it's an actual biscuit that's just been chunked up. And the last time I had Mountain House, they had made it all into these like uniform little balls. And
Yeah.
it was very weird to me because it seemed very fake and not
Very
authentic.
processed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like chunks of biscuits.
The jalapeno in that is
Yeah.
awesome. Like just a little bit of heat, not super hot.
There's also cheddar in here, so you can taste the cheese. It tastes good.
I was talking to Wayne this morning. I told him that we were going to have some biscuits and gravy. And he's like, I'm going to have a banana. He left already. And I was like, all right, man, I'm going to go have some biscuits and gravy. Enjoy your banana. Nice meeting you, dude. I think we need to finish this up, pack everything up, and get out of here. Rain and storms is on the way.
Yep.
Yep.
We are all packed up and this adventure is coming to an end.
My friends, this has been an awesome trip. Thank you all so much for joining us. Hammock Hang 2021. Will this be the only hang? Maybe.
So you're not a huge hammock fan, are you?
Not a huge hammock fan, once a year. See you in 2022 hammock.
I think I'm with Susie on this one. I'll see you next year.
All right, next year.
All right, folks, we're done. Strength and honor to you all. Be well, be safe, be kind to each other. It's important. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Make sure to hit the thumbs up because it does help the channel. Support if you want to. Patreon, YouTube, join the Wolf Pack. Strength and honor. Bye, folks.